This is the video for the trail option and the real-time option of the Matrixmath game. I'm going to start by clicking on trail in the red stripe. Here we see the first 9 instructions that were executed. It started at the main program, which it refers to as P0, at instruction 0. It will always start each cycle at the main program instruction 0. Well, that instruction says branch if equal task to 0 to AA. But the next instruction it executed didn't have label AA. It says put the absolute value of game number in the game number. Then the next instruction says branch if equal game number to was game number to AC. Well, this time it did branch to AC. That must have been true. So it jumped from instruction 2 to instruction 8. Then the next instruction has to do with YouTube videos, so we're going to branch until it gets to instruction 10. See, we're at 9 now, so I'm going to go 9 instructions at a time till I see it's at instruction 10. Here it's instruction 10. Here it returned, and now we're at 10. That instruction is also about YouTube videos, so we'll sort of jump that. And then we're at instruction 11. It says go to subprogram 1, tab 1. And the very next instruction, P1, that means subprogram 1, and here it says tab 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 9 instructions at a time and see what it's doing in that subprogram at tab 1. So I go 9 instructions. Put the brown box and started to put text in it. Now I'm going to watch for it to go home again to the main program. I will see the home instruction. Well, I see it's writing a lot of data in that brown box. But here it goes. Here it says it's going home. So in the next 9 instructions, I should see it's back there. Yes, it's in the main program at instruction 12. There it says call routine 102, which is subprogram 1, tab 2. Very next place we see it's executing is subprogram 1 again, but now it's at tab 2. So again, I'm just going to go 9 instructions at a time and watch it go through that particular routine, and I'll be watching to see it going home. Well, I know it's going to write all 4 of the examples down there. It takes it a while. Alright, now I'm going to slow down and I'm watching to see it go home to the main program. Okay, it still hasn't. It went from a routine. It still hasn't. Still hasn't. I'm watching. Well, here it went home. And then it said, at instruction 13, call routine 103, which we know is subprogram 1, tab 3, and the very next thing it was at is subprogram 1, tab 3. Well, it's going to be doing the similar things here as it did here. It's just over here it's multiplying. So now I'm going to go to 90 instructions at a time, because I have an idea what it's doing. I only go it a couple of times. Now I'm watching for it to go home again. It has to run those subroutines. More subroutines. Here it went home. Went home, and it was in instruction 14 of the main program, where now it says call subprogram 1, tab 4. And the next instruction is subprogram 1, tab 4. Now I'll just go 9 at a time. Made the box, putting the data in the box. So it's a nice way to see what the instructions are doing because we see it happening. I'll keep it going 9 at a time. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program again. I'll watch to see if it's going to go home to the main program aga Oh, mark those boxes. Up, here it went home. So it was done with that routine at that particular tab, and now we're at instruction 15 of the main program, which says go to subprogram 1, tab 5, and here we see next instruction says it's at subprogram 1, tab 5. So I'll just advance by 9 again at a time and see what it's going to do. Ah, it's doing that box. Now it's filling that all up with data. I'll watch over here to see it go home again. Oh, it has a lot of stuff to write. It's going around loops. Oh, I wish I knew how many times it was going to go around. Oh, well, it did that one. I suspect now it's going to do the other one. Now maybe it's going to get ready to go home. Yep, here it went home. And when it went home, it says, okay, I'm going to do a font. It's going to put this game number here. See, it says text game number. So now we're in the main program. See, it says P0, and it's going one instruction after the other. I'll advance 9 again. Oh, now put that blue box down there. We're in the main program. I'm not looking for any home now. I'm looking for an exit command, which means it's going to end. Now it's checking to see if you toggled it on the blue box. And there it did an exit. So that's the end of the cycle. Now we're going to show some uses of the trail other than seeing what happens in the different subroutines. I'm going to turn the trail off and then turn it back on again. What if I wanted to change the color of that yellow box? I'm going to go 9 instructions at a time until it makes that yellow box. There, it made the yellow box. Now I'm going to look over here. Oh, and I see here, color 990. That's yellow. Well, what I can do is click on that line that says it's yellow, turn off the trail, and if I go to the program now, it'll go exactly to that line. And there it did. It's right at that line that says color 990. Now that I'm in programming, I can say I want to update that line. Puts the line up here at the top. And I'm going to change that color to 999, which will be white. And then I'll say enter that 9 and replace that line in the program. There it is changed. And I'm going to go back and execute the program. Well, now that box is white. So the trail makes it easy to find the instructions that are doing a certain thing, mark the instruction area where you want to change it, go into the program by clicking on Program in the red stripe and making your change and execute it and see your change is made. Well, there's also another thing you can do with Trail. Make it even easier to make that change. Again, I go to Trail. See if I go 90 instructions. Oh, I didn't go past it. There it is. 999. See? That was really clever of me to jump 90 instructions. I'm right at that place. Now again, I'm going to click on that line that says the color now is 999. I'm going to click that, go off the trail, and I'm going to go to the real time option. The real time option will also go right to the place that you clicked on during the trail. And here it is where the color is 999. But now this is real time. I'm not in the programming area. If I click on the last 9 there and change it back to a 0, meaning it's going to make it yellow, it actually changes the program, and there it is. Now it's yellow. So you can also use the trail in conjunction with real time to make changes. But look now, in real time, a lot of the areas are marked in orange and are values you can change during real time. Like here's X and Y values I could change. And I can go forward instructions from real time and keep going forward to more and more instructions. Well, now there's another use, though, of real time that you can use while you're programming. Here I'll turn the real time off. I'm going to go to the program. Well, I want to go somewhere where we might make changes to something about the positions of something. And, well, okay, here's where it sets an X and a Y value. I'm not even sure what it's for, but I'm going to highlight this particular instruction in yellow. Now, when I go to the program and I click on real time, it's going to go to that last highlighted yellow line in the program. And here it is where it sets that X value to 95. Well, I'm not even sure where we are, but I'm going to change that to 195 and see what happens. Ah, it's the position of add L in that line. See how it moved over? It's no longer in the center anymore. So what you can use real time for when you're programming is say, oh, I want this add L to be in the center of the yellow box and at the top of the yellow box. And so I can experiment with values that I can make it. I'm going to make it back to 95, so it is back in the center. But the other use of real time is while you're programming, you can just, well, estimate, guess where the X and Y values are, then go to execute the program, well, after you highlight your yellow line, and then go to RT. Alright, this is the end of the video about the trail option and real-time option of the Matrixmath game.